This is video 2B for the Year 10 Mathematics course. In this video, we're going to be covering some example questions from Further Expansion, under the topic of algebraic expansion and factorisation. The 6 questions we will be going through are now displayed on the screen, so I recommend that you attempt these questions before watching the rest of this video. Question 1. Expand and simplify 2x multiplied by x squared plus 3x minus 5. So we have 2x multiplied by the bracket of x squared plus 3x minus 5. Now in order to perform this expansion, all we need to do is times the outside, so 2x, by everything on the inside of the bracket. So in other words, we're going to do 2x by x squared, 2x by 3x, and then 2x by minus 5. 2x by x squared will get us 2x to the power of 3. 2x by 3x will get us 6x squared. And then finally 2x by minus 5 will give us minus 10x. Question 2. Expand and simplify x plus 3 multiplied by 3x squared plus x plus 1. So here we have the bracket of x plus 3 being multiplied by the bracket of 3x squared plus x plus 1. In order to perform this expansion, we have to times everything in the first bracket by everything in the second bracket. So in other words, we're going to do x by 3x squared, x by x, and then x by 1. And then furthermore, we're going to do 3 by 3x squared, 3 by x, and then 3 by 1. Now, x by 3x squared will get us 3x to the power of 3. X by x will give us x squared, and then x by 1 will give us x. Then 3 by 3x squared will give us 9x squared. 3 by x is 3x, and then 3 by 1 will give us 3. Now, in order to properly simplify this expression, we now need to start collecting like terms. We've got an x squared here and a 9x squared here. We've got an x here and a 3x here. So, the 3x cubed can just stay as it is. Combining the x squared terms will give us 10x squared. Combining the x terms will give us 4x. And then we've got the 3 at the very back. So our final answer is 3x cubed plus 10x squared plus 4x plus 3. Question 3. Expand and simplify 2x minus 1, all multiplied by x squared minus 5x plus 4. So here we have 2x minus 1 being multiplied by x squared minus 5x plus 4. Now in order to perform this expansion, we need to multiply everything in the first bracket by everything in the second bracket. So in other words, we're going to do 2x by x squared, 2x by minus 5x, 2x by 4. Then we're going to do minus 1 by x squared, minus 1 by minus 5x, and then minus 1 by positive 4. 2x by x squared is 2x cubed. 2x by minus 5x is minus 10x squared. 2x by 4 is 8x. Negative 1 by x squared is negative x squared. Negative 1 by negative 5x is positive 5x. And then negative 1 by positive 4 gives us negative 4. Now in order to fully simplify this answer, we need to start collecting like terms. We have negative 10x squared here and negative x squared here. And furthermore, we have 8x here and 5x here. So, first things first, 2x cubed can just stay as it is. Then by collecting the x squared terms, we get negative 11x squared. By collecting the x terms, we get plus 13x. And then we've just got the minus 4 at the very end. So our final answer is 2x cubed, take 11x squared, plus 13x minus 4. Question 4. Expand and simplify 3x plus 2, all to the power of 3. So here we have 3x plus 2, all being risen to the power of 3. Now in order to actually perform an expansion here, we need to first of all write this in a way that we've got brackets being multiplied together. Because we have 3x plus 2 all being risen to the power of 3, then this means that we can rewrite this as 3x plus 2 by 3x plus 2 by 3x plus 2. And now in order to do this, we're going to have to do one expansion and then follow that up with a second expansion. So what we're actually going to do first is we're going to consider these two brackets being expanded out first. And we're going to leave this bracket alone just for now. Now, in order to perform the expansion on these last two brackets, we're going to multiply everything in the second bracket by everything in the third bracket. In other words, we're going to do 3x by 3x, 3x by 2, 2 by 3x, and then 2 by 2. So once again, we're going to leave this first bracket completely alone. So we'll just leave that here as 3x plus 2. And then the expansion turns into this. 3x by 3x is 9x squared. 3x by 2 is 6x. 2 by 3x is another 6x. And then 2 by 2 is 4. We can now simplify this a little bit by collecting these two like terms here. And in doing so, we then get 3x plus 2 multiplied by 9x squared plus 12x plus 4. Now that we have this in the format of one bracket being multiplied by another bracket, we can perform our second set of expansions and then get our final answer from there. So, in order to now perform this expansion, we once again have to multiply everything in the first bracket by everything in the second bracket. So in other words, we're going to do 3x by 9x squared, 3x by 12x, and then 3x by 4. And then secondly, we're going to do 2 by 9x squared, 2 by 12x, and then 2 by 4. 3x by 9x squared will get us 27x cubed. 3x by 12x is 36x squared. 3x by 4 will give us 12x. 2 by 9x squared is 18x squared. 2 by 12x is 24x. And then 2 by 4 is 8. Now, in order to get our final answer, we once again need to simplify, and so we're going to start collecting some like terms. We've got 36x squared and 18x squared there, and then we've got 12x here and 24x there. So first things first, this 27x cubed can stay exactly where it is. By combining the x squared terms, we get 54x squared. By combining the x terms, we get 36x, and then we've got an 8 at the very back. So our final answer is 27x cubed plus 54x squared plus 36x plus 8. Question 5. Expand and simplify x squared plus x plus 1, all multiplied by 2x squared minus x minus 4. So here we have the bracket of x squared plus x plus 1 being multiplied by the second bracket of 2x squared take x take 4. And in order to perform this expansion, we have to multiply everything in the first bracket by everything in the second bracket. So in other words, we've got x squared by 2x squared, we've got x squared by minus x, we've got x squared by minus 4, we've then got x by 2x squared, x by minus x, and x by minus 4. And then furthermore, we've got 1 by 2x squared, 1 by minus x, and then 1 by minus 4. So we've actually got a combined total of 9 multiplications going on. So let's make sure we tackle each of these very, very carefully. First of all, we've got x squared by 2x squared, which will give us 2x to the power of 4. X squared by minus x, which is minus x to the power of 3. X squared by minus 4, which is minus 4x squared. Then we've got x by 2x squared, which is 2x to the power of 3. X by minus x squared. Then x by minus 4, which is minus 4x. Then finally, we've got 1 by 2x squared, which is 2x squared. 1 by minus x, which is minus x. And then we've got 1 by minus 4, which is minus 4. Now, in order to fully simplify this answer, we need to start collecting some like terms. We've got a minus x cubed here and a 2x cubed here. We've got a minus 4x squared here, a minus x squared there, and a plus 2x squared there. And then we've got a minus 4x here and a minus x here. So first things first, the 2x to the power of 4 can just go out the front as it is. By combining the x to the power of 3 terms, we get plus x to the power of 3. By combining the x squared terms, we get minus 3x squared. By combining the x terms, we get minus 5x. And then we've got that minus 4 at the very end. So our final answer here is 2x to the power of 4 plus x cubed, take 3x squared, take 5x, take 4. Question 6. Expand and simplify 2x minus 1, all to the power of 4. So we have here the bracket of 2x minus 1 all being risen to the power of 4. Now, in order to actually perform an expansion, we need to write this in the format of brackets being multiplied together. So because we know that we're raising the entire bracket of 2x minus 1 all to the power of 4, then we can rewrite this as 2x take 1 multiplied by 2x take 1 multiplied by 2x take 1 multiplied by 2x take 1. To make this a little bit easier for us to work with, we're going to group these into two separate sets of expansions. So we're first of all going to group these two brackets together, and then we're going to group these two brackets together. So in other words, if I quickly rewrite this over here, we can do the expansion of 2x take 1 by 2x take 1, and then we've got an identical expansion of 2x take 1 and 2x take 1. What we're going to do is we're going to do each of these sets of expansions separately, then we're going to have to do a final big expansion, and then we're going to simplify from there. So if we consider this first square bracket, by expanding out this, we need to multiply everything in the first bracket by everything in the second bracket. So it's going to be 2x by 2x, 2x by minus 1 by 2x, and then minus 1 by minus 1. And in doing so, we get 2x by 2x, which is 4x squared, 2x by minus 1, which is minus 2x, minus 1 by 2x, which is minus 2x, and then minus 1 by minus 1, which is plus 1. For now, I'm just going to keep this second bracket exactly as it is, and I'll explain why in just a short moment. With this first square bracket, we can now collect some like terms. We've got minus 2x here and minus 2x here. So this first expansion simplifies down to 4x squared take 4x plus 1. Now, what we can realize here is that both of these overall expansions, so specifically this one here and this one here, are actually the exact same thing. We've got 2x minus 1 multiplied by 2x minus 1, and we've got that in both sets of brackets. So because we've done the expansion for this one here, it means that the expansion for this one here is going to be the exact same thing. And so then it means that this second square bracket is going to be identical to the first, which is 4x squared take 4x plus 1. Now that we've got this in the format of a bracket times by another bracket, we can now do one final big expansion and then simplify from there. So we need to multiply everything in the first bracket by everything in the second bracket. So in other words, we're going to do 4x squared by 4x squared, 4x squared by minus 4x, 4x squared by 1. Then we're going to do minus 4x by 4x squared, minus 4x by minus 4x, minus 4x by 1. And then finally, we're going to do 1 by 4x squared, 1 by minus 4x, and then 1 by 1. 4x squared by 4x squared is 16x to the power of 4. 4x squared by minus 4x is negative 16x to the power of 3. 4x squared by 1 is 4x squared. Then we've got minus 4x by 4x squared, that is minus 16x to the power of 3. Minus 4x by minus 4x, that is plus 16x squared, minus 4x by 1, minus 4x. And then finally, we've got 1 by 4x squared, which is just 4x squared. We've got 1 by minus 4x, minus 4x. And then 1 by 1, which is just 1. And now to fully simplify this answer, we now need to start collecting some like terms. We've got negative 16x cubed here, negative 16x cubed here. We've got 4x squared here, 16x squared here, and 4x squared here. And then finally, we've got negative 4x here and negative 4x here. And so then by collecting these like terms, first things first, we can leave this 16x to the power of 4 as it is. Then we've got minus 32x to the power of 3. Then we have 24x squared. Then we have minus 8x. And then this plus 1 can just stay as it is. So our final answer then is 16x to the power of 4, take 32x to the power of 3, plus 24x squared, take 8x, plus 1.